Welcome back to Unicorn Dust Designs, you guys. My name is Sammy, and today we are going to be working on some French country DIYs using either items from my stash, thrifted items. I am just trying to use up what is ever in my garage or my craft room. So, our first one was inspired by Old to Ooh La La. I saw this. Oh my gosh, I fell in love and I knew I had to recreate it, but I also knew I had to make it my own. So we are going into the melange paint inlay. And this is a great paint inlay for beginners because there are so many, there's small, there's medium, and there's big pieces in here. I am going to change my sign up and we're going to use this image instead of the one that she used, which is also in that same book. And this is actually a piece of wood. It has stuff on the back of it that I still need to sand off, but my pregnant butt wasn't going to climb over all the stuff. So I painted it with crinoline, which is a nice creamy color. And now I'm going to get my painter's tape. I'm going to put one strip down, then I will cut another piece, and I'm going to use this second piece to space my lines out. This is going to give us nice straight and perfectly spaced lines. So you can see I just kind of check it over to the left as well, make sure that everything is copacetic. Man, I haven't used that word in a long time. And then I'm just going to do it till I get to the end of the board. Now, I'm going to use Cowgirl Coral instead of the pink that she uses. I actually did a DIY before this and ended up using coral, and I was like, all right, this is a vibe here. So that's what I'm sticking with. I'm going to do 2 coats of the Cowgirl Coral and then the magic. Look at that. Let's just take those off. Ooh, look at those clean lines. Who does not like that? And of course, I save all the tape that I take off. All right, so now you're probably thinking, well, you're using a paint inlay. You've already painted it. How are we going to apply it? So we are going to use liquid patina. We are going to put a very healthy coat on. And then as I've been showing you guys, I am going to spritz the, the piece of wood itself. And then I'm going to spritz the paint inlay as well. Now I'm going to lay this on and you'll see I kind of like grab it and pull it up. You have a few seconds before that paint inlay infuses. So you can see I was able to pick it up and then like reposition it, but you don't get that much time. So now I'm going to take my plastic wrap after spritzing it with some more water and I'm going to smooth that down. I find that the plastic wrap, just like when you do decoupage, really gets this down and into whatever paint that you are infusing it to. So I'm going to take off the excess water. I'm going to dry it with my heat gun. Then I'm going to wet it once again. This is going to reactivate that paper, the paint, and then we are going to be able to peel that off. And you'll see right here, I couldn't get the paper off, so I had to put some more water on there. And then I was able to pull it down. And this looks so good. I'm out of breath, you guys. I'm out of breath, sorry. So I'm going to pull that down. Look at how gorga that is. And then once that was dried, I'm going to take my mixing bottles. These actually come in a set of 3. And then I'm going to take grass and tomato. I did, you guys, stock every single color that IOD ink makes. So that's now on my website. So I'm mixing green with red, and then it was a little bit too dark. So I was like testing it on a paper towel and I was like, okay, I was looking for like, what is that? Like sepia, like that kind of brownish or like just the old look. So I added turmeric, I think it is like a yellowish color. And I thought that was like it. That was good. But then when I put it on my board, I realized it was more of a rust color than the color I was going for. But I decided to stick with it. I was like, I could use rust colored ink, so it wasn't, total loss. So I'm just gonna carry that around the edges of our wood sign. And then I overlap that with the black just so it doesn't stand out so much. I don't know. You guys have to tell me what you think of the ink color at the end. And because I'm extra, I decided to grab some of the texture stamp, apply it with some stone gray, and then I did clear this with liquid patina once it was gone. But this just shows you how you can take somebody else's idea and that inspiration and really make it your own. I loved creating this and it turned out so beautiful. And you guys, I have a special announcement for you.
Get ready for the Crafty Cruise Getaway 2025. Sailing from Galveston, Texas to the beautiful shores of Costa Maya and Cozumel, this is a crafting adventure you won't want to miss. This year, we're thrilled to welcome a very special guest host, Sammy Veltri from Unicorn Dust Designs. Sammy will be teaching an exclusive crafting workshop that you're sure to enjoy whether you're a seasoned crafter or just starting out. Known for her amazing DIY creations and vibrant personality, Sammy's class will be a memorable creative experience. Join us for an unforgettable journey filled with creativity, relaxation, and amazing memories. We can't wait to see you on board in 2025.
Wasn't that an announcement, you guys? That link will be in the description box for you to check out. So I have been seeing these all over Pinterest. And I grabbed that one because I liked it. But so that was the inspiration behind this next one. I grabbed a bunch of these wood hangers from my antique mall. Like when people, sell things and if they don't collect their stuff, the manager will let me take the wood hangers. So I got this for free and we are going to make this over. This will be a great gift, y'all, for like weddings, for your booth space, or even just for around your house. So I already have pre-made molds. So I'm going to use one of the frames mold. And you guys, they're finally restocking this frames mold in June. So woo woo. And then I'm going to take these pieces. I believe these are from Dainty Flourishes, and they actually have a right and a left side on the mold, which makes it a lot more convenient. And I'm going to apply the Type Bond. Now, if you ever have like excess of glue, just get a paintbrush and wipe it off. That way you don't have big blobs that are drying up. I'm going to take my Crackle Medium. This is folk art. I get it on Amazon. It's in my Amazon store link in the description box. And I am going to apply it to the front of our hanger, including the molds as well. Once that's dried, I'm going to get aviary. Now, this was a little harder because with Crackle Medium, you want to try and only use one stroke application. But obviously, when you have molds, you need to get into those details. So you do have to stipple it on. And you want to try as much as you can not to go over the same spot, more than twice, or else it'll pick up the paint. So I was able to cover the entire thing. And when you stipple over the Crackle Medium, it gives it like a chunkier, almost like melt paint looking effect to it. After I was done with that, I did paint the inside of the frame white just to make sure I had a nice clear background for our decoupage. And then I'm going to grab Golden Ticket. Now there's Golden Ticket and there's Pennies from Heaven. So make sure you're grabbing the right one. And I am just going to brush this over all of those beautiful molds. And it does give it quite a different look than the wax. If you have the two, like you'll see the difference for sure. So I go over all the molds with that, and then I pre-cut this beautiful decoupage paper out of the catalogs paper, and I'm going to use my liquid patina, apply some to my mold, and then I press down that paper into the frames mold on the top. And then we are going to let that dry. And you guys, this looks so beautiful. I cleared the paint with clear DIY wax. Didn't have to clear the molds because I put that liquid patina over it. And look at how gorgeous this turned out. These are stunning, and you can make them so many different ways. And if you're lucky enough to find the wood hangers with like that bar, I mean, you could hang linens on it, towels in a bathroom, so many options for this. But gosh, I would have loved one of these for my wedding dress back in the day. So I hope that it inspires you, and I hope you guys find some of those wood hangers. Now, this one is a collage of frames from IOD, and surprisingly, of course, I've seen them everywhere, but when I was actually looking for my inspiration pick, couldn't find one anywhere, of course. So I am taking these frames from my IOD molds, and I had used the black resin in them, and I'm going to use that golden ticket once again. For this bigger frame, I used 2 coats of the golden ticket. And then for that other frame, I'm only going to be using 1 coat of it. Now, I wanted to get it or wait, what are we doing first? Okay, decoupage. So I'm going to go back into the catalogs decoupage sheet. This has so many small pieces, which make it great. And we are going to use both of these ladies. And again, I pre-cut the pieces, and then instead of applying white paint to the frames, I did not want a chance getting that white paint onto my gold. I painted the back of the paper. This is going to allow the paper to pop instead of look dark. I've had these signs, you guys, since I started my wood sign business back in the day, and they were from Michael's and they were like cents. So I bought like all of them, and I have tons of them. So I was like, let's utilize it. So I'm taking layered chocolate and my salt wash. And I was actually watching Erin from Provincial Farmhouse, and she does a lot of her texture in a brown and then paints on top with a cream color. So that's where I got this inspiration on the paint from. So I'm going to cover the entire sign with this textured layered chocolate. While that's drying, we are going to apply that decoupage paper. So we're going to put that liquid patina down first. And then the trick with these is really pushing that paper down into the frames, because they do have like a curve to them, but they're still really easy to work with. And that white paint doesn't smear, it doesn't get anywhere. So don't be afraid of that aspect of it if you paint the back of your decoupage paper. So I'm going to do both of the frames with the 2 ladies. And then I am going to take our DIY dark wax. I wanted it just a little bit darker just to match the images inside. So I applied that dark wax, and then I'm going to lightly wipe this back. I don't want a lot of it off because I did want it to almost look like a tarnished bronze kind of color, I guess. And now I'm going to take, once our salt wash is dry, we're going to take crinoline. And crinoline is like a beautiful creamy color, but it doesn't have that yellow undertone. And that is why I love it so much. So I am going to do a messy coat on here. I am not trying to get full coverage whatsoever. I want this to look very distressed. I even grab my sanding block once it dries and distress it just a tad bit more. I clean that all off, and then because I'm extra, I grab the textured stamp and added these little pieces of crackle. They're very subtle, you guys, but you know me, I love to do more. And then when I put the frames on this sign, I was like, it's missing something. So I grabbed these resin pieces. This was when I made the cat, you guys. I had this left over. So I was able to reheat this with my heat gun. And remember, you can throw it in the microwave too, just I'm downstairs, so that ain't gonna happen. And I'm gonna cut this into two pieces and use it on my bottom left and top right side. So I'm gonna cut those down to size. And then, like I did with the frames, I'm gonna grab that golden ticket, paint those, also do the DIY dark wax as well. And we're gonna use those to embellish our sign. So I'm gonna take my Tite Bond Quick and Thick and our hot glue, put those on the corner. Now I want this to hang, you guys, but I just couldn't figure out what I wanted to use since this was so fancy. And I did cover the hole on the right side with the florals, but I'm still able to access it. Um, so if you guys have any ideas, let me know. I just thought it was so fancy and I didn't want to use twine that it came with. So any ideas, let me know in the comments. But this is how it turned out. And I absolutely love it. I love that layered wash in the back, and I love how these frames turned out. I do have these frames in stock, just not the smaller ones. And then the floral resin pieces, those are from the Juliet's mold. So I hope that you guys got inspired. I love using the frames. So beautiful. Now, this last one, you guys. This was supposed to be one of those easy things where I was like, cool, I got a cloche, I got a base, I'm gonna stick them together, done. But if you guys have watched my channel for any time, you know that is just not my style. I always have to go like 5 steps further. So instead of just leaving this cream, I painted it aviary. And then I found this awesome wood bowl in my stash, and the cloche fit perfectly inside. So I'm going to take this piece of cardboard and I'm going to trace out the cloche part. And then once I get that down to size, I'm going to take some floral foam, hot glue that to our piece of cardboard. And then I'm going to use a mixture of some Spanish moss and reindeer moss, and we're going to completely cover this base. So making sure we get the cardboard and all of the foam. I chose to put foam in here. That way, one, all of my stuff is like above that wood bowl. And then two, so I can stick these like glittery sticks. I got them at a garage sale for like 25 cents. And I'm sorry, I apologize about the angle on this. It is hard to see how I am accessorizing it, but I will show you like little, you could see right here. I did the back of it with the sticks. Then going in with those paper flowers I've been using lately, I got two like peachy colors. And this was the one, you guys, I did first. And then the peachy colors inspired the cowgirl coral on the first DIY. So I am going to hot glue these sporadically onto our branches. You'll see right here. There we go. And I knew I needed to do this inside the cloche because of the way the sticks were. There was no way I was going to be able to pop that into the cloche after I was done. I'm going to take these gorgeous glass crystals that I got off of a chandelier at a flea market, and I am going to hang that off of the little hanger up top for some bling. And then I found this like random brooch that was sitting on my shelf, and yes, your girl stuck that in there too. Why not? It was peachy, it was gorgeous. I'm going to take this is a resin bird. I actually get these from Lady Poe Designs. I'll leave her link in the description box. I'm going to paint it. I cleared it with clear wax first, then applied white wax. I'm going to wipe that back so it sits into all the details of my bird. And then I'm going to get that little birdie, put it in our cloche, make sure it's adhered very well to the bottom with some hot glue. And then I'm going to pop that right back into the wood bowl vase. And this was a great way of marrying two completely different items, having fun with, all these like little whimsical pieces. This is definitely not something I would like do all the time, but I had so much fun creating this. See the little brooch back there? It is so stinking adorable. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it inspired you. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more content. And I hope you guys have an amazing week. I will be back here on Saturday. Hey everybody, time for an update. First and foremost, I just want to say that I am so excited that they involved me in the Crafty cruise this year. Mama needs a break. And I mean, what could be better than a cruise and crafting? John's never been on a cruise, so this will be a first time for him. Excuse me, guys. And I haven't been since I was 21 years old. So it's been a while. So I'm so excited. There will be a link in the description box. So make sure to check it out. Even if you just want like a rundown of like the information and the cost and all of that stuff, it'll all be there for you. Secondly, just updating you on the baby. We are hanging in there, y'all. I told John last night, I said, I swear, like this last pregnancy is like dishing me all the stuff that like happens in pregnancy, like the swollen feet, check, the sciatica, check. And then most recently, this past week, I got like these rashes all over my arms. And you guys, they are so itchy. And when you scratch it, it feels like a sunburn. And so of course, I went to Dr. Google and searched it, and it did say that like the last trimester of your pregnancy, you could develop a rash. I forget what it's called. But anyways, I set up an appointment for a dermatologist for tomorrow because I need some it itches so bad, you guys. So hopefully there's something that they could give me being pregnant that can relieve it. So, but we're 32 weeks, we'll be 33. Due date is July 11th. And my parents will be here July 2nd. So it'll be a full, busy, crazy month. So thank you to everybody that has been watching my content that has kind of been compilations of old stuff. I know a lot of you have been with me for a while, so a lot of it you've seen before. So I really do appreciate you guys just turning it on and watching it in the background. Again, I will be doing quite a few compilations as I get nearer to my delivery date. So you guys turning those on and watching them is gonna help me out a lot. So thank you, thank you. I hope you all are doing well. I hope you're able to get crafty, and I will see you here on the next video on Saturday. Bye, you guys.